In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a ship, and if you don't understand what I'm clicking, you can always refer to this little menu here that will show you everything that I'm clicking. So if I click the cube, select out here, that it's selected the cube. Now what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete that cube, and I need to start in front view mode, which I didn't. So it says front view mode, and we'll select that cube again. I'm in front view mode and orthographic view, which is this button here. If you double click it, you get that. So I'm going to subdivide this one time, and I'm going to collapse the dynamic geometry. As you can see here, it added the edge loop around there, or shows more edges. I'm going to activate the transparency, select faces, right click and drag. The transparency actually gets all the way around the object, and what I want to do is I want to flatten this like I was going to scale it. This is the Y axis. The Y is the lime green here, so it's X, Y, and Z. I want to flatten the Y, as you can see over on the right moving, and all I'm going to do is set that to 0, and that's going to flatten that out. I'm going to go into top view mode, but before I do, I'll just tilt it so you can see. Alright, we're going to go into top view mode, and we're going to scale this back a little bit, and I'm going to adjust the size of the ship here. And before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and select this front edge of the boat here. I want this to have kind of a crisp edge on it, so I'll go to vertex modeling, and we'll select the extract fillet, and we'll bring this out just a little bit. Alright, that's all I need to do in that, and I'm going to go ahead and take the let's take the back of the boat here. I'm going to go into the top view mode here, and I want to go ahead and just go ahead and loop this here. And let's spin this around here. Let's turn off the deal here. So let's go back into front view mode and top view mode. Now this is the blue. I'm going to set this to 0 because I want the back of the boat to be a little bit flatter. So I'll select the edge back here, and we'll just kind of bring this up a little bit. As I'm cycling through the views here, so that's going to be a little bit flatter. Alright, I'm going to subdivide this 2 times, and let's take a look at it. I want to boat needs to be a little bit longer. So the ship, actually I'm making a ship, and I'm going to go ahead and collapse the dynamic geometry. This is probably the last time I'm going to collapse it for right now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cycle through and come up to the front view mode. I'll turn this on. As you can see, what I'm selecting over here. Let's take a look to make sure I got everything selected. This time I'm going to make another new shading domain. That way I can see what I'm doing, hide and show it. So if I was to hide this one, I can actually select my shading domains pretty quick by just and selected them. We'll show this one here. Now I want to sink this down. Well, actually I don't want to sink it down in the ship yet. I'm going to go ahead and the side of the ship here needs going to have I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. Hold the control key down, and we're going to bring it up just a little bit. And we're going to hold the control key down, and we're going to bring this out just about like this. Alright, let's take a look at this. Alright, let's go back into top view mode here. I want to look around this object here. I want to straighten out a few of these lines here. I'm going to go ahead and loop this here with the L key. As you can see, they're kind of wiggly. This is the blue. It's X, Y, and Z. This is Z for blue. Z, X, Y, and Z. We'll do that one. Loop this one. Loop that one. And I think I'll do one more. I'll try this one. This might not work on this one here. Let's try it. No, we'll Control Z that one for that one there. Alright, now we got all the edges straight on the boat here. And let's go into the next step. As you can see, I've been opening and saving, so I am pausing the video to save some headroom time here, so I don't eat up a lot of time. Let us go ahead and we do need to scale this boat down just a little bit. Let's go into the side view here. I want to find out where the back of the boat's at. Holding the control key. That way we can give the front of this a kind of a little dip here. Kind of adjust a little bit. And that's starting to take shape. Alright, we're going to go into the top view mode. And I'm going to select some of these faces here. I'm going to come on the outside here and hold the control key down and drag. And I'll finish these off by just selecting here. Let's go into the side view and let's bring this up. Let's take a look at everything. That's looking good. Now I'm going to bring this up a little bit and we're going to scale this in. And I'll do that one more time. Let's take a look at it with some subdivision level. And as you can see there, it's starting to take a little shape. Alright, I'm going to open up my shading domains here. Let's take a look. Actually, I don't want this one here part of the... I'll just go ahead and... I want to go ahead and remove this one real quick. And what I want to do is I just want this bottom half here. We'll select that and give this a new one. There we go. Let's change the color on that one there. I'm not really happy with that color. Let's double click that, take a look. Let's go to the front view mode. And I want to do a domain for the top half with its own color. Give this one a sort of a bluish color. Let's make sure I'm in the right one. Alright, there we go. That's looking pretty good there. Alright, gonna set the ship here sideways. I want to select the top of this boat here. I want to flatten it out a little bit. I want to flatten out this area about right here. So put my cursor about right there. And we'll start to flat that out just a little bit. I'll turn that on so we can see what we're doing. Alright, this is the front of the ship here. And we're going to need some windows for the front. And I'll select around here. And we're going to kind of flatten that out just a little bit. Not all ships are rounded up front by the window. And let's take another look at here. I want to select a couple of the center ones. Then I'm going to go ahead and use the, not the bridge tool. I'll use the extract edge here, and I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. Now I'll be able to select all the faces in the middle here. We're going to use the subdivision to just kind of visualize what's going on. So I'm going to hold the control key down and click, and let off the mouse button. This can go in or out. We'll bring this one kind of in a little bit. Let's take a look at that. too bad. Alright, we're going to go to the top view mode. Cycle through it. Sometimes you got to cycle through the modes to get it correct here. Alright, yeah, and all ships, you know that they all got swimming pools on there, so let's just give this one a swimming pool. We'll give it one here in the back. Hold the control key down. And I'll click it again. Double click it there to finish it off. I'm going to preview this like this. Sometimes when you are extruding with subdivision, sometimes you might get some overlap of the edges, so just kind of double check it by turning it on and off. That's how I do mine. Alright, the swimming pool's going to need a diving board, it looks like. Ain't seen one that didn't have one, so let's take a look at this, see how we can add a diving board to this. Select these two here. And I'm going to use see how that works right there. Now that's because I had subdivision, so I wanted to show you, so I'm just back this up. And we'll do it up here this time. And I'll select these two here. This. And select these here and bring this out. Flatten this up a little bit. Let's bring this out and take a look at this. I'm going to go ahead and scale this in right here just a little bit. And Control Z that. That's close enough for that. So there's the diving board. Alright, this boat here, it's going to need a place for the anchor here. And usually them are set pretty close, about right here to right here. Set the subdivision down, hold the control key and grab the red cube this time and scale it just a little bit. And we'll just then insert it into the boat just a little bit. Just take a look at that. Insert that into the boat just a little bit more. So there's where the anchor will go, or come out. Alright, we're going to work back towards the top of the ship here. And we need to select some faces in here, because the captain is going to need to see out the window when he's driving the ship around. So we'll set the new domain. That's that one there. There's the new domain. Turn that one back on. And this one's going to be a little bit darker with some transparency. Go to the top of the boat, or ship, may I say, and we're going to go ahead and select some faces here. This is where the top of the ship, where maybe some of the antennas are. The antenna will be for the ship and radar. So we'll back that up and take a look. It's not looking too bad. I am going to try stretching this ship out towards the end of the video and resize it. It's kind of stubby right now, but I'll make it longer. Alright, I'm going to switch to the back of the boat, and we're going to give it a little tail. What the tail is actually where the exhaust comes out. It's just, everybody thought it was just kind of for looks, but just kind of hiding the exhaust, because the exhaust kind of looks kind of ugly. So we're going to bring this up a little bit right here, and bring it up again. I might scale it in just a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and select this side and this side here. Bring the tail out just a little bit. Flatten it a little bit. Let's go into a little closer view here. And this is just the side view here, and I'm going to access the transparency again, and I'm going to go ahead and select some of this. Do a little scaling and a little bending here. Zoom out and take a look at this. deactivate the transparency. I think that tail needs to go maybe a little bit flatter. Well, it's not looking too bad. I'm going to need to start scaling this boat to make it or ship. I keep on calling it a boat. Actually, that's probably the same thing. I'm going to start scaling it a little bit to make it a little more sleek looking, a little bit longer looking here. Don't look too bad. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll save this one. This one will be saved as number 9. Now I'm going to go ahead and set the subdivision back down here. And let's zoom way in here and going to loop this here. I need to shift select here and loop. And this time we're going to use the line curve extraction. Let's go ahead and just hide the ship for a second here. So you can see there I didn't get all the way around, so let's Control Z this. So loop, loop. And I think I know what happened back here. Now I'll use the curve extraction and hide the ship. Alright, this is going to be the top rail here. I'm gonna remove some of these points in the front here by the dissolve key. I really don't need that many. Then I'm going to go ahead into the primitives, and I'll just make something here. Really at the top here, we're going to scale this up so you can see a little bit better. Hold the Control key. Just subdivide that, take a look at what it does. I'm going to go ahead and delete that top piece there. So it'll look something like that. And we're going to go ahead and scale this down. Then we're going to go over to the utilities, and we're going to use, make sure the object's selected, and use copy on support, and we'll select the line, and we'll flip these around. Let's turn the boat back on so we can see what we're doing. Alright, that looks pretty good, so we'll just validate that. There's a copy backup, we're going to delete that. And we're just going to scale this in. Here's a line, let's scale out line back out. Let's grab this group here. See, I got some in the back here. I can probably delete them. Let me just select. Let's open this up here and see what we got here. I'll delete that one. That one. That one. That one. That one. I think that looks alright. Let's see here. I'll delete this one. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to delete on that. And I'm going to need to really zoom in here. This will go to the top of the boat. This is going to be the little fence around the top of the boat here, so for a little safety, so nobody falls over. So we got this curve selected here, and we're going to go to the surface modeling and add a little thickness to it. And validate it, and we'll scale that down to fit. And let's go to the top view mode and side view. I believe I got that pretty close. Let's double check that. Alright, probably could scale it in just a little bit. That looks good. I'm going to go to edit, copy, edit, paste, and we'll put another rail right about here. So that's looking pretty good. Alright, I paused the video again and I had grouped this little top fence area right here, so nobody can fall out, and while they're up there swimming. So where I'm going to go ahead and get a copy of this and paste it is we don't want nobody below falling out either, so we'll just scale this up. And we're going to do a little bit of adjusting here. Scale that to about right there. I'll bring that in just a little bit further. it's all unselectable here, so I don't select it. As you can see, I got some hanging. I need to make it a little bit wider. And usually the front of the boat, they can walk through it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this back down here. I got the back of the boat, so let me screw to the front of the boat. And I want to chop off part of this, so I'll marquee select here. And I'm going to delete these. Let me just go ahead and hide these two. And I need to put a tessellation, I believe, in here to cut this. So I'll need to put a slice somewhere here and here and validate it. And let's try that again. Delete it. Got some of them deleted, but not all of them. Let's try this. Loop, delete. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and delete this real quick. Alright, now I got that done. That wasn't too bad. It was a little bit tricky, but I got it. So this is pretty much how to make a ship. I didn't get in full detail about the trying to put windows in it and stuff like that. You pretty much got the hint of how this works. I didn't rename all these groups and stuff like that. And this one was saved as 11. And it does have some subdivision levels to it. And it doesn't look too bad. Just turn this off. I could, I guess, probably stick an antenna on here. Let me go ahead and do that. And I made a little antenna up here. I did pause the video. That was very simple. Just used a cylinder and stretched each end out. And I'll go ahead and lock this. And there you go. And we're going to save this one out. As file save as number 12. So I went through more than 12 steps, but these files I should have for you to download if you want to check it out and take a look at it. Anyway, thank you very much.